Namaskar, welcome back to the Saffron Box. Today, continuing with the Atmakaraka series, this is the third video, and I'll be talking about Mars or Mangal as the Atmakara Graha in your birth chart. If in your birth chart Mars has the highest degrees, that is, Mars holds the highest degrees amongst all planets, do not see the houses, do not see the signs, just see the planets and the degrees written beside them. If Mars is the one with the highest degrees, that means Mars is your Atmakarak planet. What does the Atmakaraka do? Atmakaraka basically talks about the desire of your soul in this particular lifetime. What is it that your soul desires? What is it that it wants to achieve? What is it that it wants to identify with, right? It also talks about the challenges or the changes which you need to make. How do you align yourself? Because remember, astrology is not about remedies and upayas and so many things which people talk about. Astrology is all about aligning your karmas to what God has given you in this lifetime. Understand what are your strengths and weaknesses and align your karma, align your deeds accordingly. That is what astrology tells you. And the Atmakarak planet in your birth chart is a very important indicator of what your soul has come to do in this particular lifetime. So if you look at Mars, see, Mars is a very aggressive planet. Mars is about energy. Mars is fire, right? And Mars is about that go-getting attitude. Mars is the commander-in-chief in the planetary cabinet. So if you have Mars as the Atmakara Graha, the qualities which you'll see is of more energy, more leadership qualities. People with Mars as the Atmakarka like to lead, they don't like to follow. They have a lot of energy, mental and physical. It's very difficult to tire them down. So they play a lot of physical sports, or they have that, in some way or the other, they expend that physical energy which they have. Mental energy also, because Mars is restless. Someone who's so active. Imagine there is a commander-in-chief, as I said, like Mars, and it doesn't get any action. It is waiting for a kill. It is waiting for a battle. It wants to defeat the enemy, but you're not giving him anything to do. It is that kind of energy. So it wants something to achieve, something to acquire all the time. That is the energy of Mars. So when we play sports, or when you are actively competing with other people, that is when this Martian energy gets satiated, gets you are able to feel have that sense of achievement. You have that feeling of achievement when you compete, or when you constantly have that rubbing shoulder to shoulder kind of competition, neck to neck kind of competition. So Mars thrives on it. That is a very prominent quality with Mars as the Atmakaraka. One also has a sense of taking risks. So you like to take risk. You would like to indulge in adventure sports, river rafting, mountain climbing, martial arts. All these things are also very attractive to people with Mars as the AK or Mars as the Atmakaraka. Achieving tangible success, right? So something which you can just see right in front of your eyes. You have acquired this. You have acquired these particular tangible things, right? You are now victorious. You have beaten the competition. That this is very important. This sense of victory or this sense of achievement is very important for the Mars driven people as well. And as I said, they like to lead, right? So they want to be independent all the time. They don't like to be a follower. So anyone with Mars as the AK would not be subservient. That is the last thing which they will look at. They would not be a timid personality, provided the Mars is well placed. Mars is your courage, right? Mars is that stamina as well. If Mars is well placed, so you are brave, you are courageous, you are able to do all the things which I mentioned earlier. But if Mars is not well placed, it is afflicted, then in such a case, taking up any courageous work or standing up for your own self also becomes very difficult, right? So such people may not be able to do what they say, because Mars is action. So they may say a lot of things, but they may not be able to achieve those things. They may overcome it and underdeliver. So that is one quality which I have seen. Mars also controls your anger, governs your anger rather. So if Mars is well placed, one is able to channelize their anger properly, right? Even if they want to express their anger towards someone, they'll do it in a proper, respectful manner. But if Mars, being the Atmakarka, is afflicted, then that person is not able to control that anger which he or she expresses, right? So they can get violent, they can get very rude, they can get sarcastic if Mercury also comes into the picture. So all these things can happen, right? So expression of anger, control of anger, all these things also becomes a very important part when Mars is the Atmakarka. If Mars is the Atmakarka, usually the individuals are driven towards careers related to defense, police, uh, life-saving services, because as I said, Mars is the commander-in-chief. It wants to work towards a cause, it wants to work towards a bigger cause. They are inclined towards careers in sports, martial arts, yoga, where there's a lot of physical activity, right? Adventurous sports, adventure activities, etc. Engineering professions are also governed by Mars, so they like to tinker with machines. So professions like mechanical engineering, etc. Now I'll not go into details of all the streams of engineering because there are various other planets also involved, but Mars is the primary planet which we look at for a career in engineering as well. Now, these were the qualities, these were the indications of Mars being the Atmakarka. What do we do? How do you manage yourself when Mars becomes your Atmakarka? First of all, control your anger. Anger control, anger management is going to be a very, very important part throughout your life. Secondly, how do you how do you channelize your physical, mental energy is very important. So all that, you see a lot of kids who are very active throughout the day, who don't, their parents are trying to just control them, make them sit at one place, and they're not able to do it. Their parents want to drag them to the study table, make them study for 1 hour also. It's very difficult. That means an overactive Mars is into play, right? So channelizing the physical energy, it is very important for such individuals to play something, burn out that physical energy for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours or so every day. So that is a very important thing. Learning from their own mistakes, because Mars, as I said, likes to, as an Atmakaraka, the individual likes to lead, not follow. And in this process, there'll be various mistakes, there'll be various blunders also which one will make. So learn to accept your mistakes, correct yourself with humility. That is a very, very important lesson which Mars as the Atmakaraka has for you in this particular lifetime. I'll see you very soon in the next video. Till then, take care.